it going, babies and babettes? I am a premature baby. Thank you for choosing me as your source of entertainment. That's Internet Entertainment Express from Australia. Actually, I better close that door so there's no sound pollution from my neighbors. Hold on. Alright. Check. Alright, so the first official trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming has dropped. I'm very excited to watch this. I didn't get to do a reaction when it first came out yesterday on Jimmy Kimmel Live because I was doing a work Christmas thing, which was a lot of fun. And I've only just gotten a chance to do it about 27 hours after it was released. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. I loved Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies. I really like Tobey Maguire's as well. Andrew Garfield's my favorite still at the moment. But I'm very excited to see Spider-Man back on the big screen. There's a lot I want to talk about after this trailer, but let's get it started. Ready? Spaghetti. K. Yeti.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Whoa! Hey!
Sup, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away. Oh, that was awesome.
Does Liz get no top? No, we've seen that before. Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy though. Too late. You guys are losers.
So to become an Avenger, are there like trials or any interview?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh.
Alright?
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door.
Alright, good luck out there.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us?
Yeah.
I know you want to save the world.
Oh, she was from...
You're not ready yet.
You're the Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. I'm not. This is just a costume. This is
You're on the ceiling.
You're on the ceiling!
Close to the ground. And stay out of trouble.
Oh, sick.
Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm just sick of them treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
That's so
What is
cool.
going on with me? I'm really sorry. I'm so busy. I'm slammed.
Don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
Oh shit, that's like in Spider-Man 2 on the train. That was cool. Hey, nice. Very exciting. That's so cool. Okay. The only thing I'm worried about this movie is that it being like an Iron Man spin-off movie, because he's in here a lot. I want the whole movie to be focused on Spider-Man, because not only is it going back to Marvel, we're not going to be getting as many Spider-Man movies now. I don't want the focus to be on anybody else but Spider-Man. I'm sure that obviously the movie is going to be centered around Spider-Man. Has to. Spider-Man movie. I don't want them to be dwelling on too much of Iron Man and everything. But it's very exciting that he's in this universe now with the Avengers and everything, and he's going through these trial periods or something to become an Avenger. That's pretty cute. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man because he's very young and he fits the part for a high school student. So that is very good. And the whole movie, in this trailer, it felt very high school. It felt like a coming-of-age sort of movie in a superhero movie. So that's really cool. Marvel's doing a really good job at like theming their movies with every movie that they're doing. Like Ant-Man was like a heist movie. Captain America Winter Soldier was like a conspiracy sort of movie. They're all different, and that's very cool. and they've chosen the right theme for Spider-Man, which is very exciting. I'm very keen. If I seem kind of out of it today, it's because I drank quite a little bit, a lot, times 100 last night. But I'm very excited. Don't let that diminish what my reaction to it, because I'm very excited to see this movie. It's a bit of a bummer that Andrew Garfield still isn't Spider-Man, because he's my favourite. That may not be a popular opinion, but to me, it just hit home for me. I felt very connected with Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Spider-Man. So I think just for me, personally, I felt, yeah, it was very relatable. What else did I want to say? He was like, after that fight scene in the very beginning, he dropped down and he said, whoa, that was cool. Is that because of the new suit and everything? Because he's been Spider-Man for quite a long time. This isn't like an origin story. We're being thrown in and he's Spider-Man straight away. I don't know who that kid was as well. I know in Miles Morales Spider-Man, he's got a buddy that is chunky. So I don't know if they're kind of mixing Miles Morales Spider-Man with this Spider-Man, because I didn't see Harry Osborn or Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy or anyone. There was another girl that they were staring at. I don't know who that was. I think there was a girl in college that he went out with for a little while that fit the profile of this girl they have here. Vulture looks very cool. I think, what's his name? Michael Keaton is playing Vulture. He's an incredible actor, and it's very exciting that he's just going to be in a comic book movie in general, so I'm excited for that. What else? What else happened in the trailer? I'm probably going to watch this like 5 more times and see a whole bunch of things I wanted to talk about. Was he in Washington, D.C. at one point in that movie? Because he jumped off the Washington Monument, it looks like. Oh, and he had the wings as well, that's what I wanted to talk about. He had the wings. That looks very cool. It's kind of funny that they're being kind of risky in doing that and putting that in the costume, because I don't know. In the comics, it said there was no reason for having it. Like, it was more of a design, aesthetic sort of look. But I'm sure in this they're going to explain it so that he's more aerodynamic and he can glide through the air easier, and there's less strain on him using his web shooters all the time with falling. So he could glide for a little bit and then use his web shooter again. So that's very cool to see how that plays out. It looks like in that scene though, at the end when he was with Iron Man, it wasn't on the suit. So maybe he's got 2 different suits, or he gets a couple of suits for whatever reason. I don't know. But that was very cool. The boat scene where he was holding onto the 2 boats was very cool. It's showcasing his strength as well, because in the last Andrew Garfield movie, when I watched that with someone, the guy that I was watching it with was confused, and he said that Spider-Man wasn't super strong. So it's good that they're showcasing his powers and everything. That's why I really like Andrew Garfield's one as well, because it showcased that he had super hearing. Even in the comics as well, sometimes he can influence spiders, but they've never done that in the movies. That'd be kind of weird to see. It's kind of like Ant-Man. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm so keen for this to come out. I can't wait to see Spidey interacting with the whole superhero universe and what's happened so far. I wonder how they're going to explain his origin. There might be a flashback or something, or if Uncle Ben's going to even appear in it at all. He hasn't appeared yet. And who he's going to be played by. Probably just like a picture on the desk or something of some dude. What else? What else? What else? What else? I like the costume. It's different from the original costume. My favorite costume is the Amazing Spider-Man 2's costume, because that was the most comic book one. And I think the lenses are still like, he can like make them small, make them big. It's like kind of an enhancement, like binoculars, like you zoom in, zoom out. I think that's the idea of it, maybe. Either way, the suit looks cool. I like the suit. You can't change Spidey's suit. It's very interesting. Spider-Man's suits is one of the only costumes throughout comic books that is still very similar to the original costumes that he wore. Like, a lot of comic book characters have gradually changed throughout their, not just like in the movies or TV shows, but just in comic book history in general. The starting point and the point that we're at now, a lot of characters have changed. Superman's one that hasn't really changed too much. Actually, that's not true. He's not wearing the underpants on the outside of his costume anymore. Spider-Man's one of the very few comic book characters, Fantastic Four as well, that haven't really changed their costumes, which is cool. So I'm glad that so far they haven't changed it too much. They're adding a lot of different things, like the black band design, and one here as well for the web shooters, I'm guessing. The spider symbol is smaller as well, which looks cool. It's a different design, but it's small, like in the comics. I didn't see the back of it though. I can't remember seeing the back of it. I'm sure I did when he was gliding. But anyway, I could talk for ages about Spidey. I'm really excited. It opens the door for the whole Venom symbiote war as well after Ultron, because the symbiotes are very strong entities. So that's a good arc to explore after Thanos. Sorry, not Ultron. Did I say Ultron? I meant Thanos. So yeah, very exciting times ahead. I can't wait. I hope Tom Holland plays Spider-Man for quite a long time, because I'm getting kind of sick of Spider-Man changing all the time. I understand the character is more important than the actor. Completely. You have to change your actor all the time. So Wolverine, you can't let that character die. You can't let the cinematic character not exist anymore after Hugh Jackman. You need to keep going. If the interest is there for fans to see more Wolverine movies, just because Hugh Jackman doesn't want to do any more Wolverine movies doesn't mean there can't be any more Wolverine movies. You need to replace the actor to keep the character going. So I hope Tom Holland plays him for quite a while. He looks like, I don't know how old he is, but he's got like a baby face, like Andrew Garfield as well. So Andrew Garfield was like 30 years old, but he fit into high school very easily. Tom Holland is doing that as well. And all the actors, it seems, so far. I don't know if they're actually in their early 20s or if they're older. I think it looks like they're in their early 20s. Either way, keen as a bean in a green limousine. Can't wait to see more. Thanks for watching, babies and babettes. Sorry if you suggested this video after I recorded it, but I've just recorded it, and if your suggestion is in the videos, because I already did it before you suggested. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on Flippy. Oh, say goodbye, Spider-Man. My poster. Haven't said that in a while. I don't think he's in the shot though. I should probably fit it some way so that I can get him in the shot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know what? I'm actually going to turn it just for the sake of the video. I think you can see it now, hopefully. I think you can. There he is. Bye, Spider-Man. Flippy flip.